Hello everybody, I am back from doing a billion uni assignments to bring you an update on what I think of Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, if you guys have seen some of my previous videos before, you know that I have sort of a love-hate relationship with the franchise. I really loved 1 and 2, and then after that I sort of felt burnt that they made it sort of annual and they couldn't update it properly. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll get it. I eventually, picked up Assassin's Creed Unity, so I just wanted to give you an update on what I sort of think of the game so far. First of all, I think what Ubisoft really excels at in this series is creating an environment where you can run around, etc., etc., and how close and historical accurate it is to the real thing, how much detail they've put in, etc., etc. And Assassin's Creed Unity is probably the best of all the franchises that I've seen so far in terms of detail, in terms of how good Paris looks. I went to Paris, I think this time last year, and I loved it. So that's sort of one of the reasons why I wanted to pick up this game, was because I wanted to run around Paris and see how it compared to actual Paris, and it looks quite similar. Like, all the massive landmarks and stuff are all there, and I think that is definitely the best part of the game. They always give you the history lessons at the side when you hit new buildings, etc., etc. I really like how they do that, but just running around that city, how, like, for example, different districts, which you do get when you're in actual Paris, look different, people are dressed differently there, different landmarks, obviously. It really does feel like a living, breathing city, and something that they've taken their time to make perfect. I don't think any other developer really excels as much as Ubisoft at doing this. So that's still there. That's what I come for Assassin's Creed, really. They have some new tech, which you can tell, it's next gen for a lot of things. One of the big things that I found is the crowds and the amount of people that are on the streets. Now, in France at this time, it was one of the most populated places in the world. So you walk around the streets and there's people everywhere. When you're going to, when people are rallying and protesting sort of things, there's people everywhere. I've never seen in a game that much crowd, so it's really good to see and cool to interact with, and everyone's moving uniquely and stuff like that. It's good to see that they're taking advantage of next gen, or with the power of PS4, Xbox One, etc., to actually do that, because it looks really cool. You run around the streets and you're gonna run into people. Obviously, if you're gonna fucking run like an idiot around, you're gonna hit people like you are when you're an assassin. So that's not really a complaint. That's just, there's people in the way. Some of the animations as well that I found in the game are really top notch when you're parkour and everything. The way that you're going up and down quite smoothly really looks really, really good. And so far, as one of the massive complaints in this game is that it glitches the hell out. I'm happy to say in my version as well, I've not actually glitched out. Someone told me that I should be playing with the PS4 offline, so I have. So maybe that's to do with that, but I haven't really had that much jumpy frame rate. I've seen the frame rate drop once, which, is sort of satisfactory-ish. I mean, I wish it didn't drop at all, but it's not as bad as everyone says, on my version anyway. Let me know in the comments below if your Assassin's Creed Unity version has stuffed up majorly, because mine hasn't. I haven't seen any demon ladies or whatever that hell that thing is that's going around on the internet lately. Also to do with the game, I'm not that far into the story so far. I kind of just wanted to run around France. That was my priority. But the assassin you play as, Arno, he seems like a pretty alright dude to play as. He's not that boring as, what's Assassin's Creed 3 dudes? Connor, I think it is. Connor was bore me to tears, mate. But Arno, he's a bit more interesting. He's a bit more cool. So I'm happy as him. He's no Ezio, but he's good enough to get the job done. Now for the negatives. This game is an Assassin's Creed game, and as I said before, I've made previous videos about what I think of Assassin's Creed, and one of the things I said I hate is that it's annualized, so they can never actually improve on their engine or anything to an extent which I think this franchise deserves. So as an Assassin's Creed game, it has exactly the same problems with its engine in terms of I hate the parkour in terms of if you compare it to Uncharted or Tomb Raider or anything like that, those ones are done. So the system detects, like, okay, obviously she doesn't want to jump on this random fucking rock over there. But you'll just be like, obviously I want to be heading straight, and for some reason it'll, like, jump me off the ledge or whatever, and I just run into that so many times. It's just not optimized. They just need to take some time, a year or two, to actually be like, okay, we're changing every control that you're taking of the assassin, because right now you just fucking stick to everything like Velcro, but not in a way that you want to. You know, only like 60% of the time I'm going to jump on something I want to, which isn't really good for a game. Like, it makes me angry because, as I said, I really loved this franchise when it was like Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, and the fact that they haven't updated it since then is really sad. Also to do with the engine, the combat as well isn't as polished as it could be, and this is also something I wish they'd fix all the time. They do try to take like a Batman approach or anything, but it's a lot more sluggish than any of those games. I mean, Batman like really focuses on its combat, like that's one of its selling points, whilst that isn't for Assassin's Creed, but you get into combat like situations quite a lot of times, and I'd wish they'd sort of optimized the combat again to just not be this like sluggish and slow tap tap, oh, parry, hit him. I don't know. That's also something they can fix, but I do think again this is something that they need to spend some actual time on and not just pump out another game next year. Alright, I think that is everything to do with the game so far. I should have an updated review or something else later on. I may make a video about touring Paris in Assassin's Creed, because that's pretty cool. I love, like, climbing up churches, which I was like, oh my god, I've actually been to that church in real life. So I'll think about that. I figured out how to stream. Well, that's just a random update, but I've been, like, wondering for a long time if I can in, like, my house, which literally has less than 1 Mbps upload. It's got 0.8, so I still figured it out yesterday. So I was streaming a bit of Assassin's Creed, so if you are still listening to this, go follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/mxgames, because you should. And because hopefully at the end of this year and next year I can stream a lot more. That's been something I've sort of wanted to focus on for a while. And obviously I want to be making more videos for you guys, so look forward to those. My sister took our Canon camera. She just went to Japan, so I won't be able to do any like face videos unless I just use my webcam, but that looks kind of shitty. I'll think about it, but right now this talking one's fine. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave me a comment below on if you're liking Assassin's Creed or not, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.